than, say, Ecclesiastes or Song of Songs. So the books that are more towards that periphery, like those two in particular, they might have been translated later. We don't know. We just don't have any early copies of them. And so that's why there's some debate as to when exactly the process ended. But the vast majority of what we would consider, 39 books of the Old Testament would have been done before the time of Christ. But then soon thereafter, you have a whole bunch of efforts to retranslate certain books. And so again, it's a real moving target, but we could say the Old Greek layer, if you want to call it that, the original Greek translation would have largely predated the time of Jesus. And we know that because we have manuscripts from the Dead Sea Scrolls. Most we think are, most folks are familiar with like the Hebrew ones, but they're actually Greek ones from not only Qumran, but some of the other settlements around the Dead Sea. We have early Jewish writers like Josephus and Philo using a Greek text form. So there's a lot of good evidence for there being a Septuagint prior to the time of Jesus. And I mention that because there's some on other YouTube channels, probably you have there's a thread of more skeptical type folks who think that there was no such thing as the Septuagint. It was all invented later. And there's some reasons behind that theory, but the historical evidence is very much against it. So, and that's fine. It makes sense that there would be, and in the aftermath of Alexander the Great's conquest and the whole world switches to Greek, it makes sense that we would have a Greek Bible long before the time of Jesus. So, long answer to your short question, but there you go.
No, that's great. And I think why I